and see what the TBR gods have in store for me. And let's head to my Kindle. Thank you, TBR gods. And we've got not owned. Perfect! I got this TBR's going way too well for me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my September TBR. I cannot believe we're in September already. Like, we're almost in September when you're seeing this, which means one thing only. I am so close to being in Disney World. It's come around so quickly, and because of that, because I'm away for half of September, I'm away in Disney World for 2 whole weeks. I want most of my September TBR to be on my Kindle, so I can take my Kindle away with me and try and get some reading in. Let's face it, if you've been to Disney World before, you know there isn't much time to read, but there is 2 flights, one there and one back, that consist of 9 hours a piece. So that could at least be 1 book each way. And then also we've got quite a few chill days kind of like scheduled into our plan because we want to take it easy. We've both been to Disney World before. Mark's been once before. I've been 13 times before. So we're in no rush to get a lot of it done. We just want to take it at our own pace and chill out as much as possible. I don't really take it chill at Disney, but we do have some chill days scheduled into our plan, and you'll kind of see that plan in my holiday prep video coming up very soon, which I started filming and packing for, and I'm so excited. So there may be some like reading time around the pool, etc. So I do want most of my TBR to be off my Kindle, but other than that I don't really have any kind of like plan on what I want to read, any idea of what I want to read. I'm just going to kind of like go with the flow and see what the TBR gods have in store for me, because after Magical Hopathon, that was all of July, I suffered from a major slump in August, and I'm slowly coming out of it. But in August there isn't going to be a wrap up because I've read 2 books so far, and both of them have just been really mediocre and just a bit average. And unfortunately one of them was A Legacy by Elle Kennedy, which I was really hoping good things from, but it was just fine. It did make me want to read and pick up a book, but the overall enjoyment wasn't really there, so I've kind of like dipped back into a slump trying to read another book. So we're just gonna like see and go with the flow. I do want to read in September, but it just might not be a hefty amount compared to like July. Definitely, hopefully more than August, which has been a tally of 2 so far. So I think that's kind of all the housekeeping things. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the first prompt. And if you saw my August TBR, although my August TBR didn't go very well in terms of like actually reading, the TBR game went very well and everyone absolutely loved my new concept, which was not only picking prompts out of this jar, which is pretty standard these days on BookTube, but also spinning a wheel which dictates kind of like what I do with that prompt, i.e. do I double up the prompt? Do I have to read 2 books for that 1 prompt? Can I skip that prompt? Do I get a free pick, etc.? You'll get the gist as we go along. So I guess without further ado, let's hop into the first spin/prompt. So let's spin the wheel for the first time this month. This wheel takes so long. And it is a standard prompt. So a standard prompt just means pull the prompt, and whatever the prompt is, I will pick a book for that prompt, and hopefully I can get one on my Kindle. There are quite a few books on my Kindle that are like piquing my interest at the minute, so hopefully I can get a few of those on my TBR. And I'm kind of hoping I don't get any kind of like add a spin sections on my TBR, because I don't really want to add more than 5 books on my TBR this month. But the first prompt is foiling on the cover. Well, that doesn't really help with the like Kindle situation, but maybe I could pick a book from my physical TBR that potentially might be on Kindle, like unlimited, because I don't want to be buying any books this month. But like I do have 2 weeks at the end of the month when I'm back in the UK, and I could potentially read them then. Foiling on the cover. What options do I have? Ooh! This could be a good chat, but we're basically out of summer now, so I could go for A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley, which definitely does have foiling on the cover, and this is obviously a fake dating book. Chloe kindly gifted this to me, and I do kind of like a little bit of cozy fantasy here and there, so when it's cozy fantasy mixed with romance, mixed with fake dating is my favourite book trope. This could be a recipe for success. It says whimsically, sexy, charming, romantic, and magically hilarious by Ali Hazelwood. So this could definitely be an option if I can't find any other books. And also this could also be on Kindle. I feel like it's definitely a book that could be on Kindle. So I'm just going to have a quick look, because if it's on Kindle, then I'm just going to go for that one and not kind of look through the rest of my physical TBR. It is on there, but it's whether I have to pay for it or not. Yeah, I'm not paying $4.99 for a Kindle copy of the book when I have a physical copy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this book on my physical TBR for foiling on the cover, but it'll be a book that I read once I get back from Disney, because I'm not going to take any books with me on the plane to Disney. I'm just going to have my Kindle. So that's the first book on my September TBR, quite annoyingly, because I wanted a book on my Kindle, but hopefully the next prompt will give me better fate. Is that the right word? Oh, pick two, choose one. Okay, this might be like work definitely better in my favour, because that basically means I pick 2 prompts, but I only have to complete one of them. So if one just really doesn't work with the Kindle, then I can just not use that one and you hopefully use the other one. So we'll go for these 2 because they're kind of like connected. So the first one is not released this year. Okay, plenty of options on my Kindle for that. Not released this year. Or randomise your TBR. Oh my god, I'm so glad that that was a prompt where I could pick one out of the 2. So I'm definitely going to pick not released this year, and let's head to my Kindle and pick a book from there. Not released this year. I think a lot of them, to be fair. I might have to do some Goodreads Googling at the same time. Well, I know what I want to read this month, and that is Out on a Limb. But I feel like that's a fairly new release. Out on a Limb. Unless it's only just got popular this year and it wasn't actually released this year. Yay! It was released in 2023! Amazing. Okay, I'm going to put Out on a Limb by Hannah Bohem Young. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but this book is popping off on the book community at the minute and it sounds really, really interesting. All I know about it is that it's a romance and everybody loves it. So I'm just going to go for that one because it's definitely a book that I'm wanting to read. I wanted to put it on my TBR this month and it's on my Kindle, so I could definitely read it on the plane. So yay, okay, sorted. I'm going to have to try and remember which books I've got, especially if all of them are now going to be on my Kindle. So let's pop into the next spin. So spin number 3. We have got a free pick. Oh, thank you, TBR gods. So I don't have to put a prompt for that one. I can just pick a book off my Kindle. What do I fancy? I could put The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy because I have just finished the off-campus series by Elle Kennedy, and if you didn't know, The Graham Effect follows one of the daughters of one of the couples, without spoiling it, from the off-campus series, and apparently the characters from the off-campus series make appearances in this kind of like spin-off universe. So I could potentially put The Graham Effect on because I definitely feel like that would be a good shout. Another book that's kind of like perfect for like the aeroplane and the airport is Love at First Flight by Jo Watson. I've never read a Jo Watson before, but Emily from Emily Catherine Reads absolutely loves her as an author. So I could potentially read that, although I don't think Emily's read that particular book by that author. Or the other book that's kind of been crawling my name at the minute is Flawless by Elsie Silver, because I didn't really love Done and Dusted, and that was my first ever cowboy romance, and I want to give cowboy romances another shot, and I feel like Flawless would probably be the way to go. Oh, it's tricky, but I think I'm going to go for The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy, just because I loved the Off-Campus series. It's definitely kind of like a really good romance series if you want some good characters, good smut, and just like a really good kind of like community feel where in every single book you do follow 2 couples, but you always get insight on all the other couples because they're such a good close-knit group of friends. If we're kind of like predicting the same thing's going to be happen in this spin-off series, then I'm in for a good time. So I'm going to put The Graham Effect on by Elle Kennedy, and all I know is it follows a daughter of one of the couples, which I won't spoil for you because you only really find out that's their couple in The Legacy, which is a companion short story collection of all the couples together. So I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't completed the Off-Campus series yet, but it follows one of the couple's children, which I'm really excited for. So I'm going to put The Graham Effect. Oh my god, if I can get Flawless on this TBR, then those are all the books I kind of wanted to read whilst in Disney, which was Out on a Limb, The Graham Effect, and Flawless. So let's go for spin at number 4. standard, okay? I'm fine with a standard. Go right to the bottom. Go for this one. And we've got not owned. Perfect! Which means a Kindle Unlimited book, thank you very much, which means I'm going to be putting on Flawless by Elsie Silver, because that is a Kindle Unlimited book on my Kindle that I have downloaded, ready to read on the plane to Disney. Oh my god, this TBR is going way too well for me, but I don't care. And once again, I don't really know what this book is about, apart from the fact that it's a cowboy romance and everybody absolutely loves this whole series, so it's about time that I kind of jump on that bandwagon and know what all the fuss is about. Oh my god, so far, just as a quick rundown, we've got A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. Yes, fake dating, romance, perfect for the autumnal season when we get back from Disney. And then we've got Out on a Limb, The Graham Effect, and Flawless by Elsie Silver. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this TBR. It's actually getting me excited to read, which is not happening at the minute. I might just end up scrapping my August TBR because I'm still trying to read books from that TBR, because I kind of knew the books that I wanted to read kind of like in September. But I'm just not having any luck with any of them enticing me, so I might just end up scrapping my August TBR for the last week, because we've got just under a week left of August, to try and at least get one more book in, because this September TBR is getting me really excited to read, which is just what I want. So it's spin number 5. We've had no add a spin yet, so this would be the last spin, if we don't get add a spin on this one. What is it? Add another spin. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. So when we get that one, I just pull a standard prompt out for prompt number 5 and go for this one. And it is, ooh, out of your comfort zone. I think because we've done so well with getting the books on my Kindle that I wanted to get on, I'm going to go back to my physical TBR and get another book that I want to read after we get back from Disney. So I'm actually know what book I'm going to pick for this one, and it's a carryover from August, because I know I'm not going to read it in August, but I want to read it soon. And that is A Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Sorry, this is the second book and the last book in the Dance of Thieves duology. I read Dance of Thieves during a magical-a-thon in July, and I know that if I put this book off any longer, I'm not going to remember what happened in Dance of Thieves, and then I'll never get around to completing this duology, and it's just a duology, Rachel. I can complete this book. So I'm going to put this back on my September TBR in the hopes that once I get back from Disney and I'm back in the full groove of reading, I'll be able to fly through this one. It is chunky. I didn't love Dance of Thieves, but it definitely kind of like ended on a way that I kind of just want to see how the story kind of like wraps up. So before I forget everything that happens in Dance of Thieves and I have to do a reread, which I do not want to do because I didn't really like that book, I need to get this book read. So I'm going to put this book back on my TBR for a book outside my comfort zone. Was that the prompt? I've forgotten already. Yeah, outside my comfort zone, because it's a fantasy and I don't tend to read many fantasies, if you couldn't tell from the picks that I've already chosen. Unless we get another add a spin, this will be the last spin for September. Oh. Free pick! Oh! I kind of wanted a prompt to give me some sort of direction on the last book I'm going to pick, but doing another carryover, because I just don't think I'm going to get around to it before August is up, and a book that I really want to read as soon as possible, just thanks to my slump I haven't got around to it, is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I put this book once again on my August TBR and everyone was like, oh my god, I love this book, it's so good, you're gonna absolutely love it, and I'd obviously, because of my slump, I haven't got around to it. It's a hefty boy, so once again I won't be reading this one before I go to Disney, but it's definitely a book I'll read when I get back from Disney. But the audiobook is on Everand, aka Scribd, so I could like potentially read it whilst I'm on the plane. If I don't feel like wanting to like pick up a physical book, if I downloaded this as an audiobook, I could potentially listen to this on the flight. Potentially, I don't know if I'm feeling like a heavy sort of like character-driven story when all I'm going to do and want to do is focus on the fact that I'm flying to Disney, and then on the way home I'm going to be depressed I'm flying home from Disney, so I'll need like a comfort book. But I am going to put this book on as my last book for my September TBR, which has turned out so well. The TBR gods were massively in my favour this month. So as a quick roundup, we've got Firefly Lane as a free pick, Vowel of Thieves as a book outside my comfort zone, and then 3 whoppers on my Kindle, Out on a Limb, Flawless, and The Graham Effect. And finally, A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. What a fun TBR. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to pull me out of my reading slump and I'm going to be back to my usual reading self in September after I get back from Disney. I'm so excited. It's so close now, guys. It's so close. The next video you see after this one will be my holiday prep video where we go through what I'm packing, some of the outfits that I'm wearing in the parks, some of mine and Mark's kind of like favourite things that we really want to do, some things that we're really looking forward to, things we really want to try and eat and experience, and then just other little bits and bobs as we prep and get ready for our upcoming trip to Disney World, which I'm so excited about. So yeah, that is my September TBR. I'm really hoping I can get back into reading this month, but hey, it is what it is, it'll be what it'll be, but hopefully I'll get back into reading very soon. I'm back with reading vlogs, but in interim, if I'm not reading in September, don't worry, my channel won't be quiet like it has been the last couple of weeks because Walt Disney World vlogs will be coming because that's right, me and Mark are vlogging our trip. So be excited for those. If you love Disney and you look forward to Disney vlogs, then I'll have a whole series coming out for you, hopefully 14 separate daily vlogs of our trip to Walt Disney World, so stay tuned for those. Subscribe if you aren't already, give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what's on your September TBR, which books you're looking forward to reading soon. Are there any books that I put on my TBR that you think I should prioritise? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.